you enjoyed the first one. And sorry about if there's some choppy bits in there. I noticed when editing it, it had a little bit of choppiness on the when I was mining. For some reason the screen froze in the very first part when I spawned in the ship core. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see if it keeps happening. Maybe it's just been that. I don't know. We'll see. But hope it wasn't too much of an annoyance. But yep, on today we are going to be starting on a big ship. It's going to be pretty big. So I think it's actually big enough to house like 3 or 4 of those comfortably, and 5 or 6, you know, snugly. But yep. So we're gonna get started by spawning in a ship core. I'm just gonna do blue. No, not that dot. Should we do space? There we go. Because this is actually... What? Ship name invalid, must only contain letters in... Or... Okay, so no spaces. I think. Or... Let's see if we can get this to work. There we go. But yeah, as I was saying, this ship is kind of a larger, slightly different designed version of the first ship I built in StarMade, I think. First big ship. Or first good ship, I guess you would say. And even then it wasn't that great. Unfortunately, I don't still have a design of it, but I do have all the other iterations afterwards. This one's the Mark IV, and it's about... It's big. And eventually I'll show you all the other iterations, and I might even try and recreate the first one. But, so this is the Silver Star Mark IV class, I guess you would say. I don't know the name of the ship is going to be yet, but that'll be up to you most likely. So, y'all can let me know of good names whenever we get closer to completing it. But I guess right now I'm going to get started on actually building it, because I think I gotta go. Let's go. I'm gonna have to check my plans because I kind of drew out little bits of plans. So I'll be back when I have started. And I think what I might do is do bits of time lapses. So that's probably what you'll get here. There's a time lapse, and then I'll be back when I get part of the ship. It's a little flatter than I thought it was, but that could just because it's long and wide and just makes it illusion of flatness, but that should still fit in there. Yeah, it should still fit in just fine. This is 5, technically 6 blocks tall, and this is, let's see, that's the first floor level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it'll fit, because the hangar bay is going to be pretty much, I think it's going to be like from about that floor going out and then all the way to the ceiling. But yeah, it's turning out mostly what I wanted. I got most of the skeleton-ish frame up and going. Yeah, doing the back curves here and the front are definitely going to be fun and interesting. But I should be able to do it. But yep, progress update. And I guess I will get back to trying to figure out the curvy bits so it meets nicely at the top here. Maybe that, or I might work on the hangar bay and the bridge section. I might actually do those first so they're in there and solid, and then work on the curvy bits. We'll see. You'll see whenever I do it. So be back when things. Yep, got the hangar bay mostly marked out. Wasn't sure if I wanted to fully enclose it yet or not. And also forgot to press record when I started working on this, so you won't get a time lapse of it. You'll just get a time lapse of the rest of the stuff. But yep, I got the nose and the butt done. And I actually kind of like the nose. It turned out, I thought I was going to have a lot of trouble in this section here, but it turned out not being that much trouble. And then back here, it just kind of fell in fairly easily. And we'll see how it looks with wedges and stuff, but I don't see it, you know, looking worse with wedges. I think it'll look fine. And I do plan on adding in, I think, an engine here, and then 2 engines here, and then the same on the bottom. But I'll have to figure those out, and I'm not sure. I might do those next, actually. I don't know yet. We'll see. Now I gotta decide, though, if I want to flesh it out or work on the engines and then flesh it out. I might just flesh it out now because it'll help me visualize it more. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do next is fill in the top, bottom, and all that jazz, and then we'll probably work on the engines as well, and then I'll be back when I get all that done. Fleshed out, and the engines turned out to be a little bit more bulkier than I had expected, but I like it. I do like it. I had to narrow these down because they were turning out to be way too big, but now I do like it a lot. Because the more engines the better, makes it more maneuverable and stop faster and all that stuff. But yep, there we go. Now I gotta start figuring out all the other crap, like, well, actually, I gotta convert a lot of this hull into wedges and hepta, whatever, tetras, and mostly wedges. Actually, I should have enough tetras and heptas from the ones that I bought to do a lot of this. So I'm gonna get to work on that, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about my next phase of plans, but that's probably what I'll end up doing, is taking half of the amount of blocks I have left and turning them into wedges, and then these blocks here, solid blocks, and then figure it out from there. So I think on this one I'm probably just gonna do it completely off camera and not do a time lapse, but I don't know. I'll let you know. And I'll see you in the next. So I got all the wedges and stuff. I think I have like maybe 2 or 3 corner bits that I need heptas for. I just haven't gone over to get them yet, but I made it all nice and smooth. It looks really good. I like how it turned out. I think it looks really awesome. All I need to do now is I do plan on adding a few turrets on top. At least 1 or 2 good sized ones, and then probably 2 or more on the back. I didn't realize the back was so large. Even though this is technically the center of the ship, this is more pointy, so you end up with more space back here. But yep, got it all nice and smooth, and was trying to figure out a few things so I could move most of my operation inside, like my storage and all that. So I was trying to figure out a cargo bay, and in doing so I had to do quite a few of these little tunnels and figure a few things out. But I decided to just put the cargo bay inside the actual hangar somewhere, probably in this corner somewhere or something. Don't know yet. But this is where I'm going to dock my salvage ship. I could fit 2 in here, but then it would take up most of the hangar, and then I wouldn't really be able to put cargo. I guess I could technically move this over and put 2 in the front, because I did have it in the back. Ooh, I could do that. Move this over and then just have cargo piled up in the corners in the back. I think I might do that, because I'd like to have more than one, so then I can make a fleet and have them salvage when I'm just flying around or something. I don't know. But I think, yeah, that's probably what I'll do, is I'll move this over and put 2 side by side, just closer up. And then I had planned to have a couple of smaller, really tiny ships in here. And I think I should still be able to have them docked along these sides, or in some raised out platforms that are maybe just, you know, floating platforms above there. I don't know yet. We'll have to see how I decide to do it, but I think I should design those ships before making the spots for them. And then I put in a temporary power system in here. I'm really not confident that I gave myself enough power room, so I may have to just run some through the floor, which I should be able to do, you know, a lot running underneath here. All I need is enough room for a bay door, which is just 1 layer, and then yep, I should be able to run power through. And I can always penny pinch in some areas, like here where it's a wedge solid block and then an outer wedge. I can put power in there, which would probably be a good idea to do, because that would give me a lot of blocks back and provide a lot of power, because I could run that most of the length of the ship, and I will probably do that. It's a good idea. The only bad thing it'd be is, you know, less armor between, you know, the exterior people shooting at me and then the goodies of the ship. But yep, not too much progress done since the last clip, but enough that I figured I should come back. And this is gonna be the floor of whatever else is in here. I'm gonna have to start figuring out the floors. Yeah, I'll probably run these 2 corridors the length of the ship until they start running into walls, and then meet them up in the center, and then run it in down the center, and then have stuff in between here, and then rooms on the exterior, like quarters and stuff like that. And then I definitely plan on having quarters on this floor. Just gotta figure out where I'm gonna probably run the pathway right atop these, or maybe partially closer in. Probably. I don't know yet. We'll have to see. But, yep. I definitely plan on having rooms and stuff in this. I hope to make it look realistic. But, I think what I'm gonna do now is probably move all my... I can see it while I'm in here. That's cool. Move all my cargo capacity that I have onto the ship. And then take the ship either back to the shop, or don't know actually. I could just build up my supply of mined materials and then just set up camp on another asteroid eventually, and just mine out these last couple of asteroids around here and just move out of this area, or I could still stay here for a while. I have to figure that out. I wish I could have factories on the ship. If I could do that, then I could just live on the ship without having to set up a factory somewhere. But I don't know, I'll figure that out. But I definitely am going to move cargo capacity, so I'm going to have all my materials in here, so I can not have to hop out of the ship, run over there, and then run back. So I think I will come back when I've moved this platform over, or the 2 docking bays, and then made some cargo. So I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so I cleared out this whole section here and docked my salvage ship in here. Also made a massive pile, or cargo pile, which should last, and I also have enough space on this side to do another one if need be, but that one should cover me for a long time. That's a lot of cargo space. I'm not quite sure what I want to do. I think I want to get full engines. So go to the shop and sell as much crap as I can and buy full engine, or enough to make full engines. or what my basic plans are for engines, because I plan on filling all these out to here and, you know, making them pretty big. Not too big, because I still want this to be most of the power section, hopefully. But, yep. So I think that's my goal, is to, head down to the shop and sell as much of the crap as I've got and get myself some full engines, and probably put a jump drive in here. And then also whatever money I have left over from buying as many engines as I can, start buying shields so that I'm not completely defenseless. Because right now it would really not take much for a pirate to blow my ship to pieces. Well, rip it to shreds. Almost be better to blow it to pieces, but no, and just rip it to shreds and not make it very easy to repair. So, yep, I'm going to move it down there, and I will probably come back when I have all the engines and probably a better power situation going on. So I will see you then. Hello. So I got the engines done after a fashion. I kind of forgot them when I had that whole bunch of money from selling stuff, and then, you know, had to go get more money just so I could buy engines. But yeah, I got the engines done. I started redesigning the power room. This will probably be a solid power block, or mostly solid until it gets to about here, you know, around this area. But yeah, it'll be mostly solid power and probably go all the way back. So it'll probably just be one gigantic power block here. And then I put a little bit of shields under here, but it didn't go all the way forward, so I still need some more shields here, and then probably maybe some shields on the ceiling. Probably do shields on the ceiling at the same time as well. And then see where that gets me. I currently only have about 47,000 shields, and I'd like to get to at least 1,000,000 shields. That's usually my goal, and that should cover me really well. So I may have to put shields in the wall, I don't know yet. But, yep, so I got everything I said I was going to do, I think. I started redesigning the power, and also probably going to be the permanent design, just because I kind of like it. And I like doing straight power instead of L-shaped. To me, it feels like it does more, but it probably doesn't. Just I like it better. And I got the engines, and I should be extremely maneuverable, as far as I know. I think. But, also put some lights in here, as you can see, and it made it easier to work. And I did a little bit more corridors, and I made an elevator shaft. I have the shaft complete. I just need rails and stuff to do the actual elevator. But yeah, I got some work done, and I think this will probably be it for this episode, because technically we got a ton of work done. We got the entire exterior, well, not the entire, but most of the exterior done, and it looks good enough for me. I like it a lot. I think it looks really cool. But yep, I think that'll be it for this episode. Start thinking of names. The color scheme is going to be dark, so eventually I'll change the color of the ship to be mostly dark gray and black with only a little bits of light gray, I think. So it'll be a dark colored ship, mostly black and dark gray. So start thinking of names for this thing, because I need help with naming things, because I suck at naming things. So yeah, keep your thinkers on for a name for this ship, and then yeah, saying yeah too many times. But if you like this episode, please leave a like, and if you like watching my videos in general, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode of StarMade.